Hi everybody, so today we are going to be looking at the unboxing of the BMW Z4 GT3 radio control car. One of the reasons I actually got this was just the sheer detail that's in this model. It really does look like the true replica of the Z4 BMW, all the way down to the roll cage, and there's even a extinguisher that I can see inside the back of this car. And it just looks like a really pretty car that you can put on your desk at work when you're not driving it around on the ground. And it even has a really nice little controller in there as well. And yeah, so I just thought this is a really nice, and this needs to make really nice gifts as well for any RC enthusiast. So anyway, enough chit chat. Let's take this out of the box and take a closer look at our BMW Z4 GT3. So here we have our BMW Z4 GT3. Now this is a 1/18th scale model, and I really like how it looks in the box. Now this is for ages 8 and over, and I guess you can see the side of the box there, and then in the back you can have a really good idea of what you're getting. So 1/18th scale model. Of course you can accelerate, go forward, backwards, turn left and right. And this also has fully functioning headlights in the front and in the rear. And yeah, it's a nice looking car. I love it. Alright, so, and at the bottom of the box it just gives you some instructions, how to install the battery. So as you can see, this takes 4, I'm guessing, AA batteries for the main car itself, and then the remote control unit takes 1 square 9-volt battery, and it's one of your customary trigger type controllers, which is what's pretty standard today in the RC car world. And yeah, so let's just take this out the box and really get to look at it close up. So let's take off this tape. Now if you're like me and you collect really cool looking things and toys and models, I would strongly recommend, if you can, keep the packaging, store it away, try not to rip the box apart, because if you need to resell these, you can actually get a really good, great deal. I make quite a bit if you actually keep the original packaging that these things come in. But yeah, just a quick word of advice. So you have some instructions. So that's the empty box. Some more instructions. And she does look like a nice car. Now to take it out, there's 2 little screws here at the bottom, 2 mini Phillips screws. So my trusty multi-tool here does have a mini Phillips screwdriver. So let me this final screw here. This comes out. And over here we have the controller, another screw for the controller. Let me take that out. Okay, that's the last screw. This comes out. So this is what you get. Here's the BMW and here's the controller. So let's look at the controller first. So what I like about the controller is when you're not using it, the antenna can actually fit in this little slot here on the back. Right, you can clip it in there like that and take it out when you need it. Now the antenna, when fully extended, is about, well, it's about just over a foot in length, which is pretty nice. And of course, at the top here, you just screw it in the top of your controller, like that. And it has a nice rubber grip for the steering. And there's a spring mechanism that when you let go of the steering wheel, it goes back into the center. And here's our throttle for forward and reverse. And of course, when you let it go, it goes back into position as well. And it's very lightweight, and it's a toy, so don't expect like very high-end quality. It's perfect for what it's supposed to do, and that's just to control your remote control vehicle. Here we have our power switch. And there's an LED that actually lights up when it's on. Now obviously I don't have any batteries in this, so you don't see it you don't see any light. Now this at the back, it gives you the frequency that this remote control model works off of. This one uses a 49 megahertz frequency, which is pretty standard in radio control toys, because you can get like 27 megahertz vehicles and whatnot, but this one is 49. Now the back here is where you put your 9-volt battery, and what I like about it is that you need a screwdriver to get access to that battery compartment, which is a good safety factor. Now I know it's rated for kids 8 and up, but still, if you need to get a tool to access the battery, that's a good safety feature, I think, especially when you're dealing with children and batteries. So let me just take this out here. So the screw stays in place when you take off the cover. See, it doesn't come out, so the screw stays in place, so nobody can swallow these screws. And here's the compartment for your 9-volt battery. So it holds a standard rectangular size 9-volt battery for your power. So just put that back on there. So that's our controller. Now let's get to the main course, our BMW Z4. Now this is a very pretty looking car. Let me just move this aside for a second. Again, as I said, the detail is uncanny. Now the doors don't open obviously, but you can actually see through the side windows. There's no window, so you can see right inside. And just looking inside, if you look closely there, you can see all the detail. There's like a driver's seat there. There's a steering wheel. You can see the transmission. And in the back, there's a little red canister for your extinguisher. You can actually even see there's even a tube that runs from the fuel. And this is where your gas tank. There's actually a little pipe that runs from this external fuel tank cover into the engine, and well, not the engine, but into to the fuel tank inside the car. There's actually a pipe inside there. So there's some very good detail in this car, which I said, it makes a really good desk piece if you're not using it to race around on the floor. Now it is pretty light, that's a good indication that it should drive pretty well when you put the batteries in it. It has the back spoiler, as you can see, and the back of the car looks really sexy as well. At the front you have your BMW Motorsport decal, and you have the all the decals on it. Even on the back here you have your Dunlop and Castrol logos, and it's and then the front, of course, looks really nice. Your BMW grille, and of course the BMW logo there, and the really nice looking lights. Now these front lights and these back lights are real working LEDs. So in part 2 of this video, when I get some batteries put in it and race it around on the ground, you will see the lights in action. Now at the bottom of the car, as you can see, we have our compartment here. Well, here's our power switch, which turns it on and off. And now, what I like about this as well, it's rear-wheel drive, so it should be fun to drive, but it does have a differential. As you can see, when I turn this wheel that way, this wheel goes the other way, which is really cool. So that's really good. And yeah, to get access to these batteries, now there's no screw in here, so I should be able to just slide it and open it. And here is your compartment for your 4 AA batteries. And to close it, you can actually just lock it in place like that. And in here you can adjust your front wheels in terms of how straight the car runs. Right, so your alignment. You can just move this. Right, as you can see, the wheels do move a bit to the right and to the left when I move this. And all the standard things you get with a typical radio controlled toy. Now, yeah, so this is really nice. So this is the Z4, so the steering, as you can see, steering mechanism works, and here's the back wheels. It even has like the windshield wipers blades there, and the back there you have the roll cage crossbar and the back window, and I said detail is really nice. Now when it comes to shocks, when you look at the rear 2 wheels of this car, there are no shocks, as you can see when I press. However, at the front of the car, we have spring shocks. So that's a very nice feature. Now, just like on the real BMW Z4, this 1/18 scale model also has a staggered wheel configuration. And what a staggered wheel configuration means is that the back wheel base is larger than the front wheels, as you can see right here. So for anyone who's interested in remote controlled toys, remote controlled cars, and you have a soft spot for BMWs, and you want something that will make a nice desk piece if you're not driving it, I would strongly recommend getting this car. So to quickly summarize, the BMW Z4 GT3 is a 1/18 scale radio control car. It comes out of the box ready to run, and it's fully functional forward, reverse, left and right. It has fully functioning front headlights and rear lights as well, and it has very, very great detail. You can see the driver's seat, the transmission, steering wheel. There's even an extinguisher in the back, and you can even see the fuel intake pipe from the, where you have the gas cover all the way to the gas tank on the inside of the car. And just on the outside, it has all of the decals, as I mentioned, and the BMW logos on there as well. In short, it is the exact replica of the Z4 GT3 racing BMW. And again, if you're not driving this on the ground or anywhere, you can just have this on your desk at work or in your home office like me. And again, if you own a BMW or you just have a soft spot for BMWs, you definitely need to get your hands on one of these. And it looks so nice, I just had to put it on the carousel, just like a real showroom car. So, if you're interested in getting yourself one of these, I believe it also comes in black, but I will have links at the bottom of this page where you can get this off of Amazon, and they're very, very, very affordable. You'll be surprised at the price. So go check it out. Oh, one other thing, it is real drive, right? So the back 2 wheels, there is a differential on the back wheels, and yeah, and it should be really fun to drive because it is real drive. So, part 2 of this video, I'm going to put some batteries in this thing, as I said, drive her around and show how well she drives and how fast she drives. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Now I'm going to ask you to do 2 things before you leave. One, there's a button right up here on the screen to my right here. Click on that, and that will take you to our website, www.redtechbot.com. When you get on that site, there will be a
button there where you can actually sign up for our newsletter. And when you do sign up for our newsletter by entering in your email address, you will automatically be entered into all of our tech giveaways. And by tech giveaways, these are some typical examples of what we will be giving away, and these are some examples. There's other stuff as well. And the good news is, you just have to enter your email address once, and it will automatically be entered into the pool every time we do a draw. And we will use that email address, of course, to contact the winner, to tell them, hey, you've won something, and it's really cool. And of course, the newsletter will have updates on tech reviews, what's coming up new, what's coming up next, new stuff in the industry, and even information on future giveaways, right? So it's really nice newsletter that we're going to be sending out. And one other thing is, on this side on the screen here, up here on my left, you click on that and you will subscribe to the channel. Now, by subscribing, of course, you will be at the forefront of any new things that are happening, any new videos that are coming out. And what I will also be doing is I'll be doing videos where I'll be talking about what we're going to be doing as a next giveaway, right? So you want to be subscribed, tuned in to that as well. So it's going to be a fun year and fun years to come as well. So yeah, that being said, you guys have a great day.